Hey, what's up YouTube junkies? Welcome to the segment of PromoSeanTV where I share with you some of my favorite things. I'm a huge fan of comics, so what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to establish my top 5 favorite comic books in this segment. Now I know some of y'all out there watching this video are comic book fans too, so hey, don't hate the nerd. Now as far as comic books, I'm not the typical fan of, the DC comics or even the Marvel comics. My cup of tea is Top Cow and Image Comics. These guys just push the boundaries when it comes to artistic style, storytelling, and it's almost like you're reading a movie when you read these guys' comic books. Alright, so let's get to it. My top 5 favorite comic books. Alright, so first up we have Danger Girl. Now this comic book series was drawn by one of my favorites, Scott Campbell. Now Scott Campbell is well known for his Gen 13 series, and in Danger Girl he carries over his same traditional artistic style. And the storyline, though it's different than Gen 13, it still also carries that same quirky, comical, but at the same time yet serious and dramatic style in it as well. So for you comic fans out there, if you haven't done it yet, make sure you go ahead and check out Danger Girl. Alright, so next on my list is the comic book series Shidima. Now this was a collaborative effort between Dreamwave Productions and Image Comics. The artistic style in this particular comic book was straight crazy. When these guys went in and decided the artistic direction for Shidima, what it looked like they did was they decided to make it look cinematic. And the way how they drew the comic book panels, it looked like it came straight out of an anime movie. They definitely took the artistic style to that next level and they set a benchmark, in my opinion. Now the story was your typical samurai going from village to village, almost kind of like clan versus clan killer up type thing. But they took the story to a level that actually got more mature readers very interested in the series. Though the series was short-lived, for those individuals that picked it up, they definitely got the full effect of what Shidima was trying to do. So for all you comic book fans out there, make sure you check out Shidima and definitely add it to your collection. Alright, so coming up number 3 on my list is a comic book series, another collaboration between Top Cow and Image Comics, Rising Stars. Now this comic book series reminds me a little bit of the TV show Heroes. Before Heroes even hit the television waves, Rising Stars had a very similar storyline. Now in the case of Rising Stars, it kinda goes like this. There was a massive meteor shower, and during that meteor shower accident, any woman that was either with child or conceived a child during that accident, their child had a large chance of growing up with some kind of powers. The series also keeps a close eye on the two main characters, Patriot and Raven Shadow. Patriot is more the heroic type, and Raven Shadow is that enigmatic villain, where you're not quite sure what to think about him. The innovative and deep storyline of Rising Stars was due to its writer, J. Michael Straczynski, also known for his work with the Babylon 5 series. Number 2 is Witchblade and the Darkness. Now Witchblade and Darkness carry their own separate series, but all too often the series cross over and it makes good sense too. The Darkness, also known as Jackie Estacado, and Witchblade, also known as Sarah Pizzini, they both have ancient ties to either the Darkness or the Witchblade. Now the Darkness and Witchblade series, most of it was drawn by two of my favorite guys, Mark Silvestri and Michael Turner. So for all you big comic book fans out there, you guys are probably familiar with the Darkness and Witchblade series. And for those of you guys who haven't picked it up yet, make sure you guys go to your local comic book shop or surf the internet and pick up either the Witchblade series or the Darkness series, or you could get their crossover series called Family Ties. So coming up number 1 is Michael Turner's Fathom. Now this storyline is a little bit too complex for me to go into detail, but you guys could check out the Aspen Comics website for more details. Now Michael Turner is a legendary comic book artist, and I fell in love with his work when he graced the pages of Witchblade and Darkness. He decided to go out on a limb and create the comic book series Fathom. And without too large of an expectation, the series actually blew up larger than he ever thought. Now unfortunately Michael Turner passed away a few years ago, but his legacy still lives on in the comic book series Fathom. Before he passed away though, he started Aspen Comics with some of the most talented people in the comic book industry. So once again, coming number 1 on my list is Michael Turner's Fathom. Alright, so that's it. That just about wraps up my top 5 favorite comic books. So hey, send me messages to my inbox or comments on this video and let me know some of your favorite comics. And I'll try to feature them in the next Favorite Things video. Alright, so at the very end of each Favorite Things video, as you know, I will be featuring one YouTuber or 2 or maybe 3, depends. So you guys could go check them out right after this.